It's been ages since I put up a video since my last one. I know, I'm very sorry, but I am back again with a new video. Today I'm going to be trying something very interesting. It's called Draw This Again Challenge. Now, this challenge is basically you picking up something you've done in the past. It could probably be 2 or 3 months or a year or two, and then you draw that again. Now, the purpose of this challenge is to see the progress you've made or to keep track of how much you've improved, because sometimes you don't notice when you draw over from time to time. Anyway, this challenge is going to be packed because, as simple as that sounds, I am going to be inculcating a lot into it, because I am not only trying to see how much I've improved, but I want to intentionally figure out the things that I am currently trying to focus on, meaning the things I am trying to study right now. And so I hope that you will be part of this, and I hope that you stick to the end, where I will show you the finished piece. So I think you should buckle in and let's get into it. And just for your info, this is the drawing I will be doing today. It's a drawing from 4 years ago, as you can see, 2018, and I'm excited to see how much progress I've made. So I hope that you join me. So first off, what I'm doing now is I'm trying to pick out the main personality of the character that I drew from 4 years ago. I am trying to, let's say, make a mood board or a character board where I put down all the things or all the information that I need on the character. So I put down her personality, her career, and where she's based, and I ended up with a model or a producer. So from there I went online to look for images or things that I would like to involve in my art, things that were related to the words I picked. And I would be placing her in a background, so that is a lot of work as well. So I went on Pinterest to look for things that could inspire me. In the end, I didn't really get anything, but at least it was worth a shot. And from there, I started, with a simple square, and I tried to create the layout for a room. I didn't know what I was doing exactly. I was just, putting things here and there to see whether I would get any inspiration. Because if there's anything I've learned from the things I've been doing recently, it's that you should put down all your ideas, no matter how fickle they might be, and you might get something out of it. So I put this little pose in the chair, of her maybe reading a book or something. I wasn't so sure of it, but then when I finished with the drawing, I realized that I did like the character. I did like her pose, and it gave me some confidence. So I decided to move on with that particular drawing. So from there, I decided that if I was going to take that particular part of the piece, I was going to modify the sofa that she was sitting on. And so I tried to get some ideas, draw some new things, try to pick out different styles of the sofa, and I came up with the first little big sketch you see in the lower bottom, the lower left, and then I tried another one, and I wasn't so sure about them, but I kept on going, and eventually I came out with something that I liked. I did not want the chair to have so much detail because I wanted to put the attention on the character, so the character was going to have more details and more finer lines. So the sofa was simply going to host the details, and so I couldn't put so much effort into it. Anyway, I tried to put out the plan of the drawing. I wanted the sofa to be next to a panoramic window, and I wanted light to be coming in from that side, and so I did that. And from there, I tried to draw different poses of the character. I was trying to see if I liked the first one I did, and so I went ahead and did that, and I think that I liked it, so I don't think I went ahead for a second one. And from there, I decided that I wanted an outfit for the character. I was a bit confused in the beginning. I think I started with something that I did like, but eventually I drew a second one and, I went for the first one anyways. I just wanted it to be in a comfy position, working out some, paperwork, something, I don't know. So I went with this first drawing. Forgive the lighting, I'm so sorry about that. And so that is what I went with, and I picked the first one eventually. Well, I tried my best to mimic the outfit she was wearing in the first picture, the old picture, which is the one I did from 2018, and I think you'd see that in the final sketch. And from there, I went to her hairstyle. I drew 2 different heads and tried to do 2 different hairstyles, but I eventually went with the first one, which is the one with the wolf cut bangs, the one I'm drawing. And the second one I just drew because, my default nowadays is bangs, but I eventually went for the first one. Anyway, so now is here the real deal begins. I was going to draw the background. Now this was going to involve a lot because it was perspective, and perspective can be fun and interesting and hectic at the same time. I tried to put down a horizon line and I drew the vanishing points. They are very far off, but I think you'd see once I start, drawing the lines. It was fun doing the, guidelines, but I would have you know that it was very stressful. I think I separated this drawing into 3 days. This was the first one. It was hectic. But anyway, as I drew my guidelines, I used that to draw the dimensions of the room. I drew the sofa, I drew the figure, and I had some shelves along the right wall. On her right. Yeah, the right wall. I tried my best to put the figure in the sofa, but I might have struggled a bit on the anatomy, but I think I got away with that anyways. So this is me trying to put out all the things that I liked, or all the things that I wanted to be in the illustration. This is the first stage, basic stage, just putting down all the plans that I've gathered so far. And so I went in with the erasable colored pencil first to make sure that I was able to clean some of the mistakes I didn't like. I didn't use graphite pencil because, graphite smudges easily and I would have a dirty work by the time I'd be, satisfied with whatever I'd come up with. So after I was done with the erasable colored pencil, I went in with my mechanical pencil 0.5 and I drew in the details, sharpened everything to a fine point. And I think I was starting to appreciate this, but I did take some time because, it's one thing to have your foreground and then it's one thing to have, an entire environment which is going to involve your foreground and your background. So after I was done with the foreground, I realized I had to go with a background. And she's in the city, obviously, because she is a producer or a model, and so she's working, in the heart of the city. And so I decided to put in skyscrapers in the background. There, it was fun. It wasn't something I've done, recently anyway, so it was a lot of fun to do. Even though I know it taught me that I have a lot to learn. I'm glad if you start this far because real art takes time. Anyways, I finished up with the sketch and now I'm moving on to tracing. What this is I'm going to shade the back of the paper which has this sketch with graphite, and I'm going to put the actual paper I'm going to be painting this on beneath it. That way when I trace over this drawing again, I can get the finished piece. As you've noticed, I switched from the pen to the pencil when I was doing the background. This is because I wanted to bring attention to the foreground, and so I put in much detail with thicker outlines. That way your attention would be brought to the main focus of the drawing, and then the background wouldn't be something that would have to, fight for attention. Now this is where the fun part begins, and this is also where I will be ending my narrative, because I have showed you the process that I went through to get to this stage. From here on, it's simply fine lining the traced sketch and painting, and then we'd be completely done with the drawing. So I think I'd leave you now to enjoy the rest of the painting, but thank you to anyone who stuck this far, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it has been very informative. If you want to try this on your own, you can go ahead and do so, and if you want me to see the finished piece, you can post it on Instagram and tag me on the Phoenix Box Office. Yeah, I would make sure to see that and give you a shout out. Anyways, I thank you once again for watching the video. I hope that you subscribe if you haven't, and make sure you comment something down below. Comment anything, something you liked in the video, something you think I could add, something you think didn't work out, anything. I'd love to respond to your comments, and make sure you share this video with your friends so that they get to learn this along with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the end of the video. And this is the finished piece. I'm glad if you stuck with me all through to the end. I'm going to show you the finished piece, and I hope that, like I said earlier, this video was informative, and I think I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.